It's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd come out and play on the slack line. So one of the things I've noticed on working my balance is that my slacklining has gotten a lot better. It used to be when I would do this move, I would shake all over the place like that, but now it's much better. Of course, I'm trying to stand still, not move. It's much easier once you start moving because you can reset your balance. But the whole point of my making this video is that balance is something you can train, and something that you thought was impossible, like standing on a slack line or even walking on it, is possible if you practice. Whoa, tripping over my feet. So the weather was amazing today. It's February. Man, what is today? The February the 8th? Yeah. And what is it? 3 days before my birthday. Holy cow. And it's usually when I was growing up, February, my birthday was had the worst weather. It was either snowing that day or just balls cold. It's like 65 today, so I went for a bike ride. You know, I did that did a video earlier of me playing on the slack line because it was so darn nice. Yeah, so I got to go for a ride. Went down to Old Town. I got to ride in my Adidas kit that they were so gracious to give to me. Thanks again, Pete, from Adidas. But what I'm going to do today is do some leg work. I'm going to do some single leg front rack reverse lunge squats. I actually saw a cool video this morning by Michael Boyle. He's a strength and conditioning coach that I follow. And he had this good point. So as I've mentioned probably before, I have not really used a barbell to do heavy lifts since the end of 2017. And in fact, I am probably now stronger than I've ever been. Well, I didn't lose any strength by not using a barbell, let me put it that way. Now, since I'm 52, I'm probably not as strong as I've ever been, but I'm really close. But I don't use a barbell anymore for any heavy lifts, and I only use the flywheel for that. The main thing is there are tons of benefits. One of them is I don't get hurt. And Michael's point in his video was he had discovered with his athletes that if they you take your body weight, divide that by 2, and do a single leg squat with that, that is equivalent to doing a 2x body weight squat or heavy lift. And I think that's an interesting formula, and I think he's right. And I'm going to go test that. I'm going to test that tonight and see how I feel with a 72.5 pound single leg front rack reverse lunge squat. His point is having all of that load on someone's body is not good. And that's what I discovered. The reason why I stopped using barbells is because I was getting hurt. I was lifting 2.5 to 2.75 my body weight, squatting probably 2.5, yeah, and then deadlifting at least 2.75 my body weight. And I found after I stopped doing it, the injuries went away, and I kept on getting stronger using the flywheel. So why go back to it? And I haven't. But I do use the barbell for exercises that can't be replicated on the flywheel very easily, and like the front rack squat. And that's just literally a barbell, a mobility exercise, and that's the only reason why I do it. It's not really for strength. It's just for that mobility and just bragging rights to be able to say, yeah, I can do a front rack squat, and that's the only thing I use it for. Don't do deadlifts with a heavy barbell. Don't do squats. Nothing. So that anyway, I'm going to test Michael's theory, and I honestly think he's right before I even start. And I think it's a great idea that you have some leading strength and conditioning coaches that are leaning to that. A lot of speed coaches, they don't like lifting, and when they do it, it's under duress. And this could be a way for them to kind of meet the middle ground, have their athletes lift, but saving them from the injuries, which is the whole point of you having an athlete, so they can actually perform as opposed to being injured, and not following this whole bro code of lifting heavy, that somehow makes you faster. I don't think anyone's actually proven that, and if they have, anyway, that's what I'm going to do tonight. Enough of a rant.
Actually 75 pounds.
Easy peasy.